guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Debbie from Debbie's World, and it's quite a while since we've had a sit down video, isn't it? I must admit lately I've been struggling with the sit down videos. I usually have a puppy who wants some attention. He's in his bed at the moment. Let's see how long that lasts. So I just thought I'd sit down and have a 10-15 minute chat about what's going on in my life recently, what's happening with Slimming World, what's happening with the channel. And yeah, I've missed you. So I'm currently sitting a few pounds above target, as you well know, if you've been watching me for a while. I'm currently weighing 11 stone 6 as of my last weigh-in on Thursday. I lost a pound last week, and that is my actual target is 11 stone. So I'm currently sitting about half a stone over target, but I'm doing okay in that sense. I seem to be maintaining around the 11.5 stone mark, and that is a 15 stone total loss. So I'm still pleased with that. What I'm not as pleased with is how I've lost some of my focus and some of my drive. All my focus is split, which is what this video is about. So some of you may know it's had a few mentions in the past few weeks or months that about a year ago I started playing a mobile game called Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Now don't worry, I'm not going to go into loads and loads of detail about it, but suffice to say that I am addicted. I play it a hell of a lot, especially since lockdown started and the makers of the game introduced lots of new features, making it easier to play it from home. Before, it was, as I say, a mobile game which encouraged you to go out and walk, to catch things, to battle things. It's very similar to Pokemon Go, if anybody's ever played that. But now, since coronavirus and the lockdown, there's been lots of new features introduced, which means that it's really easy to play from home. And also there's a lot of videos, live videos and gaming streams to watch on both YouTube and an app called Twitch. So over the last few weeks, my focus has completely been taken by playing this game and by watching other people play it and joining in with their game as they live stream. And it's really fun. It's really a lot of fun, but it does mean that I have not lost interest, but I don't pay as much attention to my own YouTube and my own Instagram. You might have noticed that the videos have slowed down. There's not as many recipes, and part of that is that I'm around my target weight. There isn't as much to talk about when you're not on an active weight loss journey. Part of that is also because I always have lots of things in the freezer that I can just grab, so I don't need to do a lot of recipes. And part of it is because my focus has been split, and I am now, I think Andrew would call it, addicted to this game. So if you have missed me, I do apologise for that. But I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying playing the game. I still enjoy doing YouTube, but that might be why there's not as many videos as before, because I'm playing my game and I'm also fulfilling my volunteer role. So when lockdown started, I joined a local community group, and I have about 5 or 6 buddies where I collect their prescriptions, I do a bit of shopping for them, I go around and have chats with them, and that's also taking a little bit of time as well. And also I still work full time, so sometimes I have to prioritise my actual job and do some work. I work 8 till 4:30 Monday to Friday, and it's been quite busy. So that can then lead to, in an evening, you just want to switch off, play the game, go and see a buddy, and you don't necessarily want to be making videos. But I do just want to say I do appreciate all my subscribers and followers, and I do read all my comments, and thank you so much for all the lovely comments and support that you provide. What was I going to say? Do read it. Oh yeah, and thank you for joining me on my live videos on a Thursday morning. Not quite sure if that is really helping me, to be quite honest. I'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, thank you still for supporting me, even when I'm not filming and maybe not actively putting pictures up on Instagram and Facebook. I know that there's still people thinking of me and supporting me, so I really, really appreciate that. So coming on to splitting my focus, and I haven't been paying as much attention to Slimming World in a general way as well. I do my live weigh-ins on a Thursday, and then I tend to fall off. I tend to fall off the bus, as we would say in Wizards Unite, and I tend to fall off the plan, as we'd say in Slimming World. And it's happened this week as well, and I want to emphasise this is not just a one-off. I'm being completely honest here. I generally have what I call a treat day or something treaty on a Thursday, and the longer that's going on, the longer I stay off plan. So I have something treaty on Thursday, that then leads me on to eating badly on Friday, Saturday, and it's taking me longer and longer in the week, in my weighing week, to get back on plan. I know a lot of people don't like the phrase on and off plan, but it's just the best way to describe it at the moment. Let me get a drink. So yeah, the sort of things that I will eat, I don't want to trigger anybody, but I am making things like microwave mug cake. I'm eating some of Andrew's biscuits and chocolate. I'm eating things out of my own treat bag that are over my sin allowance. I've also been to the shop once or twice to buy things that would be over my sin allowance. And that is generally in that period between Thursday and the weekend, and then generally by Sunday, Monday, I'm sort of getting back on it. And it's a struggle. And yes, I am successfully, if you like, maintaining around this 11.5 stone mark, although I'm sure this week I'll see a gain. When I usually what happens is 1 or 2 weeks I'll get a gain, and it'll be a sort of a shock, if you like. So I'll be more focused, and I'll lose it again, and that's how I'm maintaining. So that's why I'm probably not getting back into target, but it's not helping the mindset either. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to address that. I know what I need to do, or I know what I should do is not have a treat on a Thursday. I should just see it as another day, even if I weigh in on that day, it doesn't mean that anything's different. But it's tough, isn't it? And it's not really to do with lockdown or you know, there's no excuses like that. It's just what's happening to me at the moment. But I do have a couple of positive things to look forward to. I want to say a big thank you. After I announced, I'm trying to think what I'm saying. So, we all know that I was planning to climb Snowdon on the 13th of June with my group of friends that we met on Instagram. This is another reason I don't do sit down videos, because I always get a tickly throat. Right, so we all know that I was planning to climb Snowdon with the Insta charity group to raise money for Mind. And as I said in my live video on Thursday, obviously that's been postponed due to coronavirus. But what Steve from Steve_Achieve on Instagram has announced is that instead of all climbing Snowdon together, what we're going to do is all go out individually on walks and count our steps so that they are around 25,000 steps, which is the equivalent of climbing Snowdon and coming back down again. So we all go out, and in one go, apart from, you know, picnic, stopping for a picnic, in one go we will all walk 25,000 steps in order to still raise some money for Mind. And after I announced this, I think I mentioned it last Thursday and the Thursday before, I have now reached £105. So thank you to those people that have sponsored me. There is a link to my Just Giving below in the description box. And altogether, sorry, I should have checked this before. Altogether, we have raised, bear with me a second, I'll tell you. Sorry about that. Yes, altogether we have raised £7,500. So there's quite a few of us doing it. I think it's 30 or 40 people. We'll all be going out in our different localities all over the country to complete these 25,000 steps in order to still raise a bit of money. Maybe we'll make 8,000. That would be really good. So what I'm planning to do, all being well, on the Saturday is I'm going to go and meet my mum for a socially distanced walk. I think it'll be a lot easier to do it with my mum than trying to do it on my own, in my own area. So I'm going to drive to Sheffield, meet my mum for a socially distanced walk and get these 25,000 steps done. Now, it will be quite a similar walk to what I've vlogged before, probably the Loxley Common Bradfield area. So I'm sorry if it's a bit of a repeat of a walk that we've very recently done, but we know that that walk was about 28,000 steps. So we can cut a mile or two off that and just take it easy. So yeah, thank you so much for your donations, and I'd appreciate just your support. And if you can't spare, if you haven't got any money to spare, maybe if you would consider sharing my Just Giving link, and I will certainly be vlogging the day, maybe putting some things on Instagram, although I know the signal in some parts of that walk we did the other day was quite bad, so I'm not quite sure about the Instagram, but I will vlog bits. I'll try not to be too repetitive with the bits that I show, or maybe my mum will find a slightly different route, because we do need to make it a little bit shorter as well. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do this Saturday. I will be live on Thursday morning. Now, I don't feel that I am here vlogging my journey. It's my personal journey. Sometimes it's not motivational. Sometimes I'm not losing. I've been really honest. I've said, you know, it's not been just over the past weekend where I've kind of lost my way. It's been building and building for the past 3 or 4 months. I'm managing to keep a handle on it, as you've probably seen, but I don't want to lose my grip entirely. So any advice or support that you've got, I'm not finding my Zoom meetings particularly helpful. It's not, you know, my group's fault or my consultant's fault. It's just my frame of mind. I don't really know where to go from here, I'll be quite honest with you. I just need a switch to switch on in my head. I've had a good breakfast today, so maybe if I continue in this vein, I can be back on plan. But I need to tackle the urge to eat things I shouldn't, and that has been there for the past few months, and it's not really going away, and I don't think it will ever go away. I just need the mindset, and I don't really know. I'm struggling just as much as you are out there. Nobody is perfect. Maybe I can't expect Andrew to throw all his biscuits in the bin or hide them. It's just not healthy for either of us. Usually, normally, whatever you want to say, having my sins there in an evening to use is really helpful. But if I can't avoid them at other times, I don't know. I think I just need to try carrying on. That's what I've been doing. Keep calm and carry on. That's my biggest tip. And you know, nothing's ever easy. Nothing is ever easy. And you can tell that I'm sort of struggling how to phrase it, you know, because I want to give advice to you, but when I'm in a place where I feel like I'm struggling, it's hard, and maybe that's another reason why I haven't been blogging as much. I haven't been doing the tag videos, mainly because usually when I sit down, I get a little terrier on my knee or wanting me to throw something. He's still being a good boy in his bed, actually, but there we go. So yeah, I don't really know if I've got my point across, what I wanted to say in this video, but maybe it's just one long ramble. But I want to say I still enjoy my food, I still enjoy my cooking. I will be on here now and again. It might not be regular. At the moment, I will probably still carry on my Thursday weigh-ins. But it's more just a kind of form of support for everybody and a form of social gathering. I don't want to focus too much on the weight, but we'll see how we go. I want to try and focus on getting my head back in gear. But I am loving my game. I am loving having a bit more time with Andrew and Charlie. I am still enjoying my volunteer role, but it's all coming together and sometimes it overwhelms me. So there we go. Anyway, one last thing is Fringe Watch. So I finally cracked yesterday and let Andrew cut my fringe. I didn't vlog it because some of you may know that he's got no patience when it comes to videoing sometimes. So we didn't get the video out, the camera out, but I don't think he's done such a bad job. And I can at least see out of my eyes again. I don't have to look through my fringe. Freshly washed, so it's going to look good. But yeah, that is Fringe Watch. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for all your comments in advance. If you do have £1 or £2 to spare, then my Just Giving link is below to raise money for Mind. Especially in these current times, there are a lot of people suffering with their mental health. So we would all appreciate any donation that you can spare, and if not, like I say, maybe if you would consider just sharing my Just Giving link on your social media. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Like, comment and subscribe. Click that bell for when I do upload a video, and I'll see you Thursday for live weighing, and Saturday I'll do some blogging about my sponsored walk. See you next time.